All right, I think we are live. Hello, everyone. How is it going? Welcome to another busy Saturday of Ori and the Blind Forest tournament races. My name is Trojan24, and I have the pleasure of being joined this morning by Terra21. How are you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing pretty awesome. I'm looking forward to this race. This is going to be something. I hope Jelluh PBs. I'm so hyped.
Yes, yes, please PB Jelluh. Anyway, so as you can see on the screen, we are having a match today from the Misty Woods group, and it is between Jelluh24 and Sigmasin. So just to kind of give a brief introduction on both of these racers, Jelluh24 was originally actually a SMG racer, and I know, Tara, that you had met him through that along with Ruse, and that's kind of what brought him over into the Ori community. And I know, he's been already learning pretty quickly right now, and he currently has like a mid 46 as a PB, and he actually did he had a really solid time for his first race earlier this week.
Yeah, it was just yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe it was just yesterday. That is correct. In his match against, I believe it was Isaacs.
Isaacs, yeah.
Yeah.
49.01.
Yeah, definitely. So I think, for me personally, I don't know about you, Tara, but I really think that he could PB in this one or his last race of the group stage. And then,
I'm gonna go for this one.
You're gonna go for this one, dude.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
I have the belief in Jelluh. Let's go. And then on the other side, we've got Sigmasin, and Tara, do you want to go a little bit on him?
Well, Sigma, as you know, second place on the leaderboard just now with a 32-37, I believe. Absolutely amazing runner. The father of Ori, as some people call him, just because he's so knowledgeable. If you have a question about this game, just ask Sigma. He will tell you everything about it. So yeah, I think he's going to win this. I don't think he's going to have any problem here. I think he's aiming for a consistent 33s during his tournament matches. He said he initially wanted to get 34s, but he feels like he can push the consistent 33s, which will put him really far into the tournament bracket.
Yeah, definitely. And I know with Sig, another thing that he tends to do a lot when he runs, he's a much more like intellectual runner. So a lot of the risks that he takes in a run is completely calculated, and he's one of the best people at adapting during the course of a run, and why he's generally pretty consistent. Even though he is number 2, and it's hard to like keep up that moniker of hitting like a high 32 or low 33 all the time. He almost like never goes into the 34s, even when he's doing like full runs of PB attempts. It's actually really impressive. And I think that's what like every sort of like Ori runner aspires to do, is just kind of get to this PB, especially when you get a really like low time, and just consistently be within a minute of your PB is always a good option. Okay.
Looks like the racers are just getting ready. Sorry, I'm in the race chat, just making sure.
You are okay.
Good. Yeah.
All right, I joined as well, so I'm gonna be in there also, keeping up with that. All right, cool. Just let me know, Tara, when they're ready to go, and I think we're gonna get this thing underway. And
okay, there we go.
Okay, awesome.
Race starts in 10 seconds.
Sweet. Yeah, we're getting this thing underway. It should be coming up on your screen pretty soon here. So anyway, Tara, what are some of the things that you're looking forward to over the course of this race? Now that we're starting to get into the later troughs of the group stage right now, what are some of your things for not just for this race but overall coming up in today and the next couple of days?
I think I'm looking forward to seeing more PBs and seeing if anyone adapts new strats. I know a lot of people have been going for the 5th energy cell, so I wonder if maybe people will be looking to get the average time down and just skip everything and just go ham and just try and get all the as many tricks as they can, because your average time is going to determine your seeding for the bracket. I think that's going to be very important for a lot of runners, especially Sigma. I know he has that right at the back of his mind, or the front of his mind.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's one of the great things about this tournament setup. I've heard from some people who have done or organized other tournaments in the past is that the inclusion of average times as far as a like group stage for seeding going into the bracket stages later is a really cool incentive, and it really, like, even in these matchups where they're like heavily one-sided based off of PV, it gives the runner that's ahead a lot more incentive to still like perform at the highest quality, so that you know the person who gets like like a 36 average versus like a 38 average will be able to have a much more favorable matchup going into the bracket stages, especially into the round of 32.
Yeah, I think that's very important for a lot of runners. I know myself, when I go into my last match, I know I might probably win that, but I'm going to look to get a really good time, like a 33 or 34, just so I'm a good seed for the next round. I'm sure you will be as well.
Yeah, definitely. So what you're saying with the 33 is you want a PB in your last run.
Oh yeah, of course.
Alright.
Want a PB every run.
Yeah, definitely.
One thing about the average times is that you can get someone from your group that you met, you can get someone in the brackets that you were grouped with. So, for example, if I think Mr. Asmus, if he has the lowest time, for example, for the 4 seeds, he will face Hetfield in the round of 32.
Yeah,
which is a
that's nice for anyone who is in his group. Like, to be honest, yeah.
It's very unfortunate for Mr. Asmus, but things like that can happen, which is kind of awesome.
Yeah. So looks like both of the runners got off without a hitch right now. Oh, Sig failing the damage boost through the slime right there. Had to take a little bit of a slowdown because I think he was. Oh no, he was actually at 2. He could have gone for another damage boost, but it looked like he wasn't sure. So it's always better to kill that slime because that slime is the gatekeeper of pretty much the rest of Glades. And looks like both runners are opting for 4 health. I know it's not too terribly surprising for Jelluh, as he's a newer runner, but Sigma, he has pretty much stated that he is going for 4 health, except for, I think, if he's going to be going up against some of the higher end runners like later on in the tournament, which it's much better because, I mean, Sorrow later on, as you've seen, all those spikes deal 4 damage, so they'll kill you anyway, but it's really Misty Woods where that 4th health really comes into play, because everything there does 3 pretty much, like all the environment. So it makes you die in 2 hits versus 1. So.
Yeah, I know in our race I got hit by the spikes and missed it, and I was like, thank God I took the 4th health cell. It just shows how important it is, because it sets you back all the way to charge jump if you haven't saved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I just noticed Sigma on the way down had a nice little. He was enjoying the top part of the Trojan log right there. I think I felt the soul enter my body, so thank you, Sigma. That was appreciated. But yeah, so now they're coming up a wall jump right now. Also Jelluh might have actually got a gold split on his wall jump. That was a 336. I don't know if he had anything better than that, but that was a really solid wall jump time for Jelluh.
Let's go Jelluh. PB first.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And I know, Tara, I want to ask you something, because I know Jelluh came from the SMG community, and that's a pretty intensive platformer, especially on some of the levels. Gold leaf, cough, cough, gold leaf.
Gold
but
leaf,
yeah. No, but like, so what do you think Jelluh has going forward, with this tournament, and also his, upcoming PB attempts and stuff outside, like offline and everything, that he could draw from SMG going forward with Ori?
What he could draw, just everything, all the platforms. I think maybe his segment practice that he did for SMG, he might adapt that into Ori. I know a lot of runners don't really do segment practice; they just do runs. I was guilty of this myself. I'm sure a lot of runners are. So I think he might adapt the segment practice later on and see his time come real down, because I think that's the way to practice and get good at a game.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
Also, he is a really good platformer. platforming speedrunner. I think he was 7th on his Mario Galaxy's leaderboard, which is no small feat. It's incredibly good time.
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely top 10. Oh, also, I thought it was really funny. He changed to the Japanese version. He changed to Japanese language as like the freaking just true like Super Mario speedrunner, pretty much. Like everything is literally like, oh yeah, Japanese version is faster. Well, unfortunately, we skip all the dialogue in this game, Jelluh. That's not going to save you any time. I hate to break it to you. Yeah, I wonder actually, since I don't know if he's run any other game outside of Galaxy that was Super Mario, but, or Super Mario Galaxy that is, but, yeah, that would be pretty funny if you actually learned Japanese after doing that for a while. Oh, Jelluh!
Oh,
You know what? That might have actually been better because he missed some of that XP from that first slide when you go down to BRB, and that might have despawned by the time he got back there.
Oh.
So it might have actually been better that he died right there. Yeah, see, now he just magneted it, yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame because usually you make your save right after that area, but most runners don't. Don't save before, so you just get put back to start of BRB.
Yeah, if we could somehow come up with a third energy cell, that would be great, because we would save like right as we came down, right when we got here, and then right at the top. Because, BRB sucks overall. Also, we see Sigma. He's had a pretty good BRB for himself. He is coming up onto the orb location, the pedestal. So he didn't die at all, so that was good on Sigma. He's on pretty good pace right now. Jelluh had another bit of trouble going through the lanterns right here, so we'll see if he can... he's taking it a bit slower, which is completely understandable. Oh, interesting. He dropped a save right there. Most people will tend to save when they go up right before the slime when they're doing the cycle manip. But, I actually wonder... I know in a couple other categories, Tara, we drop a save right there, or I think it's in Oreo, where that resets the platforms.
Yes.
If he reloads, like say he dies right here and he respawns, will the platforms be like, will they be reset?
I think they will be reset, yes, if he reloads. Similar with Oreo. That's why we save, because they're completely off, because you watch the BRB cutscene.
Yeah. Alright, looks like Sigma's coming up to Frankie Walk right now. I didn't notice if he was checking his XP. I doubt he's doing fast Frankie Walk, but maybe he'll do it. Just for show. I don't know if he is. We'll see with his setup.
I don't think he'll risk his average race time.
Well, I can't always tell. Whenever the Frankie goes, no, he's not doing it. Okay. So yeah, definitely doing the safer strat here. I think the only people currently doing that are Het and possibly Hydra. And I think even Het didn't do it in one of his races.
Yeah, he didn't do it in his I know he didn't do it in the Games Done Quick races. I'm not sure about his group stage matches though.
Yeah. Alright, so Jel's coming up on Dash right now. We'll see how he does in this next section. For this section, on top of I would say Valley of the Wind is the next section for new runners that is really hard to optimize. Because there's a lot of like when you add dash in there with the amount of dash gliding the top runners do, there's so much room for optimization starting at this point. And with the Death Gauntlet, which Sigma just went through, which is like after you open that energy door, all the way through falling down into Moon Grotto, like that area is very treacherous for new runners. And I know that there's a lot of little things you can do to make it not only easier, but very much faster.
Yeah, I think the movement after double jump is probably some of my favourite to optimize and just try and get really good enter Ginso times. It's, I think, one of my favourite splits.
Yeah.
Same with 944 double jump, it's a good time.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. That's a very solid... He's having a very solid early game, honestly. I don't know where it is in relation to his most recent PB, I want to say it's a few seconds behind.
Well,
But
he
I'm
missed
not
the
sure.
zero cycle and he's took 4 health, so I think he's about
Oh.
15. Oh, Jelluh with death.
Oh no,
Oh,
Jella! Oh, the Frankie dunk. Yeah, I think he got caught up on that little lip right there. That can kind of vault you, and it throws off your wall jump timing, and you can.
Yeah, you can't dash
Kinda.
under him.
Yeah.
It's like my second try grotto skip. Very nice.
Very sweet. You know, that's another thing I've noticed over this tournament in general. What is up with all of these like first try grotto skips? Like,
Oh,
oh
Jelluh.
no, Jella just took another death. God. Yeah, Frankie Walk is being the keeper of the race right now for Jella, unfortunately. Frankies are jerks, I
Yep.
think is what
No like
determines.
Frankies.
Yeah. But anyway, with like some of these tricks, like what's the deal with like all these first try grotto skips, man? It's like kind of
I
the same
know.
thing with all these PBs. It's like one of the hardest tricks to do smoothly, and I feel like so many people have been, oh no,
Oh, Frankie, no.
oh man,
This Frankie's putting in a shift.
yeah, this is something, man. I feel really bad for Jella because Frankie Walk is one of those things where it's like once you mess it up once or twice, it feels like it can't go right for you after that.
Yeah.
It's really difficult to bounce back. Oh man,
Oh,
this
the Frankie's stuck.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Oh no, he's back under.
Oh God, he
Oh,
did
no.
it again. Oh.
You can do it, Jelluh.
Jello, please, you can do this,
luck.
buddy.
Take luck.
Take a look. Yes, I agree. And on the other side, as Jel's trying to work out Frankie Walk, Sigma is coming up onto the rock pullout for the third belt. So he's on pace right now for looks like about a 1240 Ginso, I believe, something like that.
Yeah, maybe a bit lower actually.
Yeah, definitely, which is a very, very, very good time for any runner to get. I think sub 13 is kind of the general goal that people have for the early game because it means you had a lot of really smooth movement going through the first 3 splits.
Yeah.
And it's always like that's the thing with like Ori is as you start learning more and more of the segments, you'll kind of have these goals for like a sub 30 climb, sub 45 with your PB, sub 40 with your PB, sub 35, such everything like that. So it's because there's not as much like individual levels, so you kind of have to do it off of the skill splits. And Jello finally made it through Frankie Walk.
Yeah,
Yay.
he saved us well. It's all good.
He was probably like, this save cannot come fast enough.
So Sigma's just flying through Ginso here. He's having a really good time.
Yeah, I definitely agree. He's having a really good time with this run right now, which I think will be really, really good. Also, oh my god, I felt like that was almost not going to make it into the little puzzle piece right there. That was like on the very right-hand tip. Like,
Jelluh unfortunately took another death and got the keystone.
ah, damn. Unfortunate. Yeah, this double jump split has not been kind to Jella, unfortunately. But hopefully, as he gets to Ginso, maybe he can make up some time against his PB. There's still a lot of race left.
Yeah.
And I know when something happens like this early on, it can kind of be really frustrating to deal with.
Yeah, it can put you right off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So one of the things we've been talking a lot about the various mechanics in different areas with the movements. One of the things I don't know if it's been really touched on, but the mechanics of portals in Ginso. I don't know if you want to go into that a little bit, Tara, and like why it's like such a cool, and like what are some of the things that it offers.
One of the things you can do is pretty advanced strat is the telehops, where when you jump through a portal, it resets your jump for whatever reason, and you can just keep jumping up through the portals, going back and forth, and you just climb them. It's really awesome. It saves 2 to 3 seconds if done perfectly. but if you fall, then you can have a bad time. I think a lot of runners just don't even bother.
Yeah. That's yeah, I don't bother. It's pretty it's a lot harder on KBM. Oh, as Jelluh takes another death coming out of double jump. But yeah, I think I've tried it on controller a little bit when I was at GDQ hanging out with you guys. It feels much easier on controller. Kind of the same way that swimming is easier with the analog stick input.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it looks like Sig right now is just finished his key dupe, I believe, and is going along. Yep, he's going along to the mini boss. He is on blazing pace right now.
This is this is a very nice run.
Yeah, I want to say he's on like a 33 pace right now,
Yeah,
like a 33 flat pace.
Yeah, he definitely is.
Which I know that like. When he was doing the GDQ hotfix stuff, like he was pulling off runs like this most of the time, which was pretty incredible. I think on like 3 of his 4 runs, he got like sub 34, and that's like really impressive, to be honest. Oh, that was new. I think he. Oh, Franky's coming. Oh man, Sig. Oh.
Oh, he's having trouble.
Oh man, can he get the level up? Yes, okay, he's fine. The experience got you know, a little bit of spaghetti, but the experience gave him a little bit of help right there, as not magneting quite as quickly to him. So that was, I don't think that was a trash bash. I think it was like he angled his bash shot a little too far to the left, and he kind of just went off the platform instead. I couldn't really tell too much.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
So Jelluh's trying to come back up through. He just got the water vein right now, so he's going out towards Iceless currently. I think he's at 1, which it looks like. Oh, yep, he's at 1 because he just took a death right there.
So I'm looking for about a 1730 escape here. This is pretty nice.
Yeah. By the way, for anyone who's unaware, just a little tidbit, especially for newer runners, if you ever find yourself at 1 health right here, that flower right there that you just saw in the cutscene doesn't actually have health, and it only has 5 experience, but that flower that he just passed to the right actually is 9 experience and has a health. So if you ever find yourself at 1, you can go to that flower and pick it up, and you should be able to do the damage moves fine. Because then once after you get past the slime, it's easy just getting up to Iceless. So it looks like Sigma's coming up onto Stomp. Sorry, Tara, go ahead.
I think he's about 20 seconds behind his PB, so this is still 32 pace for Sigma.
That's pretty nuts right now, and considering his early game and his PB was pretty incredible. Like it was something else when I watched it the other day. All right, so Jelluh's coming up on Ginso Tree right now. Let's see if maybe he can get some of the jitters that he's been having, you know, from the early game so far, and bring it back in Ginso a little bit. Maybe when he gets to Bash, he'll feel a little more comfortable with being able to maneuver around certain areas, so we'll see if that helps at all. Alright, and Sigma...
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, another thing that is really interesting about Ori, I was kind of talking with a couple people yesterday about it, kind of explaining a couple of the tricks with like save glitching. If you want to expand on this a little bit, Tara, was the fact that when you drop a save or reuse a save or upgrade an ability, a lot of the programming behind Ori saves your current state. So it allows us to do like certain tricks as far as like cutscenes and everything. I don't know if you have anything to add on to that.
No, that's pretty much what it does. It just saves your current state of what you're doing. And if you're in the air, it just says, I'm not putting you in there, I'm going to put you in the lowest ground, and that's how you see Drainless.
Yeah.
So you just stomp and game lows. Oh, you were stomping. Oh, you're in the air, I'm going to put you in the ground. And that, It's just
Yeah.
a breakable floor.
Yeah,
Sigma
and then
real nice cutscene skip, by the way. It's just
yeah,
no one even saw it.
that was really beautiful, to be honest. Whoa, good lord. Okay, all right. I think he was at full health anyway. But good God, Sigma, that was
Damage boost is amazing.
that
I know
was
he's
ballsy.
practiced. He has practiced that. That was intentional.
Wow. Okay, yeah, I know it was intentional, but it still looks hairy every time I watch that strat right there. It is like, I'm so afraid one day that the double jump is not going to get re-registered, and you're just going to fall into those one-hit spikes below, and it's like, well, rip any sort of PB attempt that you had. All right, he gets the dash glide over the spirit well, which is an impossible trick. I can't get it at all, especially when I'm ahead.
I've never gotten it in a run. I don't know. I think it's been patched.
I agree. I think it's been patched. Or if it's been patched, it's like the Kuro cutscene skip where it's like it's now like a 1 frame window.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Jelluh,
yeah, sorry.
yeah, he decided to use the shot pacing technique as opposed to the cheating mouse wheel technique. Should I notice?
Yeah.
Do you use mouse wheel or?
No, mouse wheel is a terrible strat. I use shot pacing. No, I just do shot pacing for pretty much every single fight, like Frankie fight, the mini boss fight, or everything like that. I shot pace everything.
So Sigma's coming up on fast stompless here. He's going to aim a shot up at the curve rocks. He's going to run it off screen and deload the environment so the shot passes through and hits the rocks, and he should pick up this cell and hopefully teleport towards Feather. And he's done it nice.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, a little bit of screen. Stream, please. But yeah, going back to the shot pacing, that's another thing of every time I've been commenting, I try to like mention something about all the tiny minor optimizations or personal preference choices that runners make over the course of the runs as far as comfort, and the shot pacing versus scroll wheel is another one. It's something where, I mean, I think the scroll wheel saves a bit of time if you do it properly. But for me personally, I've played so many like FPS games growing up that like just tapping, it just is really natural to me, and it's just super comfortable with it. You do scroll wheel, right? When you change?
Yes, I just scroll wheel. Literally cheat.
Yeah.
Nice key dupe from Jelluh.
Yeah, very, very nice key dupe. That was pretty fast, to be honest. And it looks like his Ginso's been going much better as compared to the rest of his early game, which is really nice to see. I think he's gotten his mindset back a little bit good. And, you know, sometimes when you get such like a free-form ability like Bash, that really helps, because before you're just like jumping around and dashing around, and you have to really rely on your own, you know, directional adaptation. But when you have Bash that allows you to kind of freely move around and adjust, it helps a lot with that, especially when you're taking it a little more slowly than the top runners.
Nice rocket jump from Sigma.
That was beautiful with the swag charge dash at the end right there. Not even a stomp, just does it on timing, which I don't think anybody's ever lost a run to that. Nope.
Nope.
Alright, Jelluh, really good core skip. Let's see if he gets the level up right here. Yep, he does. That was really nice Ginso. Like, I can't stress enough like how good of a Ginso Jelluh just had. Like, I think that was if I remember from when he entered Ginso, that was like a 7-minute Ginso. Like, that was really good from Jelluh.
7 minutes is it was pretty good. He's keeping up with pace with Sigma, even though he's so far behind. Oh, the Frankie.
Oh,
the snipe.
He's at 1.
That's. Oh, that snipe.
Oh my god. Jelluh, please.
Please even Ginso escape.
Alright, so looks like Sigma's making his way down to Misty Woods right now. He had a pretty clean Sorrow overall. And I believe he is still on the sub 330 pace, if I know, if I can tell properly. And just enjoy the amount of movement tech. I'm sure a lot of other commentators have mentioned it, but just the movement tech that we do in Misty is just absolutely gorgeous. And it's probably my most fun place to speedrun. Just all the charge dash cancels and stomp cancels that all the top runners do. It's just so beautiful to watch. Would you agree with that, Tara? Like overall?
Yeah, Misty is my favorite part of the runs. It's because of all the movement tech. It's just when all your abilities just combine and you just stomp cancel, fly everywhere, charge jump. It's just amazing. It's so much fun.
Oh, by the way, it looks like Jelluh took a death somewhere.
Yeah, he took a death and you can so escape, unfortunately. I'm not sure where I was watching Sigma and his tech.
Oh! Oh! No! No!
He had the bash. I saw the bash.
I saw the bash arrow. I thought it was gonna be an Ice X #2 moment right there, where it's like just barely makes it out of there. Oh no. I've actually I'm a person who does the left-hand side right there, and I could have sworn he was on solid ground. I don't know why that jump did not reset right there. That was really odd.
Hopefully Jelluh can make it through this time.
Alright. Looks like Sig is got to climb pretty well, and he is. We'll see what he does as far as I believe he does the boom boom boom, as opposed to the bang bang pow part. As we have, the perfect and best names for tricks in Ori.
Makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you could tell it's like a comic book, man. It's just like when they're having those fist fights in the comic books, especially in all of those DC ones. It's like perfect. It's perfect. Encapsulates the sounds that you get in Ori when you do that. Yeah, so he did bang boom boom boom, but he unfortunately did not get it.
I'm not trouble with this.
Surprisingly, did not get even a 2 cycle. That's surprising from Sigma. He doesn't usually miss it on 2 cycles, but he got it anyway. He's still at full health. He's completely fine. As long as the major thing right there is to not take damage from that mini boss, because there's things over here that there's a couple spike pits that can do 3 damage, and if you mess up, it's really easy to hit them. So it's definitely good that he didn't take damage from the mini boss. And Jelluh made it out and he got stomped, so he's coming up to Drainless and Crow cutscene skip on his way to Charge Flame. So
hopefully you can get a really good strong late game, make up for the unfortunate early game he's had.
Oh. Dude, Jelluh just he just canceled going underneath, even though he was falling down into the water, he just stayed on the surface. It was like he perfectly performed surface swim in Super Mario Galaxy.
I'm sure he knows exactly how to do that in every game now.
Definitely.
Surface swim is something else.
I mean, you wouldn't happen to be triggered by that at all, would you, Tara?
Oh no, definitely not. I haven't lost runs to surface swim at all.
So Sigma's coming up to the most useful ability in the game. That would be Light Grenade. And he will be on his way to the final dungeon coming up here shortly. And we'll have to see what his pace is like when he actually gets to Horu. I don't know if that mini boss affected his 32-minute chances. I think it might have killed any shot at it, but we'll have to see. I can't remember how good or bad his late game was in certain parts.
Sigma's, I believe, 45 seconds ahead of my PB at this time, so he can definitely get a 32.
Also, I just want to bring this back to Jelluh for a second. I think he accidentally did this. He got Crow cutscene skip, but he double bashed the shot.
What?
Have never seen that before.
I was watching Sigma. I missed that. I'll need to see a clip of that.
Yeah, that was new. Please clip someone. Huh. Okay. Well, anyway, so Jelluh went to get the 5th energy, and he actually did the, I want to say which setup is that? Is that I think that's the Oreo setup, where you like kill the spider, and then you like do a jump, like off of, well, it's close to the Oreo setup, where you like bash and did like a stomp turnaround, or like a jump turnaround, instead of like doing the other methods that some people have done, like jump into the spikish area to bait the spider shot to make it much quicker, or some people on KBM, they do a double bash right there, or I forget who it was, that one controller user, maybe it was Grim, that did the double bash on on the fly. Oh no, Jelluh just reloaded his save.
Yeah, now the Frunky's gone, but it's not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad.
He's got the 5th energy, so that shouldn't mess anything up. He'll still be fine. He's probably just getting save in.
By the way, I want to bring this back to Sigma for a second. He got first try door warp, and I believe if he does a flawless escape right here, he might still be able to get a sub 33.
This is looking, this is, oh wow, this is a 32 pace.
Yeah, this is insane. I thought after that mini boss he wasn't going to have a shot at it. Let's see, is he going to go for fish strats? Yes, he is. All right, let's go. Let's see how the fish strats do.
Wow, that is a 32. 52.
He just bopped his previous PB by 1 second in a race. Who is this guy? Like, literally, who is this guy?
Oh my god.
Good god, dude. This game had a family, Sigma. Like, you just absolutely, like, obliterated it. Like, come on. Also, nice double bash by Jelluh on the lantern. That was some swag right there.
Who is this man?
Yeah.
32. Wow.
That's, like, I can't stress enough, guys, like, in a race environment, I mean, I know it wasn't in a very big pressure race because he was going up against someone who had a pretty big discrepancy in PB from him, but to still pull this out is incredible, because now this just drops his average time lower, and he can, as Jelluh takes another death, but it's not too terrible. He made a save before the cell. Like, just, it was incredible, like, how crazy that's going to bring his average time down in comparison with the other, like, #1 seeds currently.
Yeah, I don't think he can beat Hitfield's average time unless he pulls out a 31 or something, but I think he can beat Hydra's. Yeah, he's looking to be 2nd seed if he wins his next race with a solid 33. Yeah,
definitely. And that's big, because what that pretty much gives you over the course of the bracket stages is that it's going to put you into a favorable matchup up until the top 8. And that's going to mean so much for him, going forward.
Come on, Jelluh.
Let's go, dude. So yeah, he's coming up. He, again, like we mentioned, he decided to forego fast stompos, which is honestly not surprising for a lot of new runners. It's one of the strats you don't have to really go for until you have, like, I would personally advise people until they get like a sub 38 or 37 before they start attempting this at all in their runs, because it's such a finicky trick that it can either cost you 20 seconds by doing the slow stompful where you miss the shot but still get the cell, or you get Satcellus where you hit the shot but can't get to the cell in time.
That is the worst.
Yeah, and I don't think there's anything that feels worse in this run than getting Satcellus.
Nice rocket jump from Jelluh.
Yeah, that was a really
I love that rocket jump.
Yeah, especially when you get it in between, like, the wall and the birds right there. That's, like, the perfect spot.
Oh, he wants that safety save.
Yeah, he does. Please hop. Alright, you got it.
Looks like he's using the 2 birds method, not going for double bashes.
Oh! Oh, that almost works. Like
Yeah.
the bonk of the bird was so hard. Like right there. What?
Oh.
That never seen that. That's
Is that
sick.
intentional?
I think so. Dude,
That was
that
really
was
nice.
sick. And he gets the keystone on the way down. Nice.
Save.
Oh, he's trying to
sail
get
down
this over.
below. Hopefully he remembers. Okay, he has good. Not sell the keystone.
Yeah. Is he gonna drop a save right here? Oh no, he's just waiting. Good, okay. And he's probably gonna drop a save here. Yes, he is. Which I think is a good strat. Good safety save. I would say that was high value. I want to get your take on this. I think that I've noticed in like Misty and also Sorrow, a lot of people have obviously been opting for that 5th energy in order to take these extra safety saves. And I don't like. Have you been taking it at all?
No, I don't go for it. It's time loss. I don't think it saves time. I don't think I need the extra saves. The only one I would take is in Sorrow here, but I just take the extra energy crystal and make an extra save.
Yeah.
I think Sigma really wants it to be a thing though. Oh, is he gonna?
Oh, he's gonna do it. The madman, the absolute madman. He got it.
He waited for a cycle.
That might have even been 2 cycles, to be honest. He was waiting for so long. Alright, he's coming up to Sunstone right now. So I think the key thing for Jelluh, just try to have a really solid late game right here. His Sorrow was overall pretty good. I think it was like 3rd try Sorrow Bash, 4th try.
Hey, yeah, I believe it was 3rd try, which is pretty good.
Yep. Alright.
So Jelluh come up and charge jump here.
Oh, looks like he took a death. The stream just kind of skipped for us a bit, but it looks like he took a death going through those spikes. And that's the thing, like, remember, all of these spikes are 1 hit, so they are, like, Sorrow, I would say Misty is the most treacherous, like, overall, but this area of Sorrow is so incredibly, like, harsh for like, learning, because you're trying to, like, do all this feather movement and directionality and trying to optimize going through them. It's like, if I make 1 mess up, I'll just hit one of these and I'm just dead, and there's nothing I can really do about it. And a lot of people, when they're learning, opt to take a 5th health cell, either the one that is in
Grotto?
coming up to the spider sec area, like Crow cutscene area, or the one where you open up the energy door coming out of Moon Grotto as well. Which I actually, I don't know, I could get your take on this, but I prefer people doing the one closer to Kuro cutscene skip, because you can kind of manipulate the spider shot really easily, whereas the other health cell has that really finicky, like, wall jump setup.
Oh,
and
yeah, that could be quite a pain. Unless you've ran Oreo, then you'll be used to it.
Yeah, agreed. Like, that's pretty much, you get practice from that.
Yeah, it does give you some extra early game safety as well if you get the one in Moon Grotto, but obviously the payoff is a really tricky jump. Oh, he saved just outside Misty, that's good.
Yeah. I saw him do that in his previous race as well, so I wasn't really surprised that he took that safety save right there. And a lot of people who've been going 5 energy are opting for that, because you're entering Misty with 3 energy anyway. So like, you might as well take that safety save, since you have the extra 4 energy at that point. Let's see how Jelluh does coming through this final spike section, or spike sections, I should say, going up to climb. And I don't really know like how much how well Jelluh is doing right now mentally wise. I know with all the stuff that's gone wrong so far, I know it's probably hard, but you know, honestly, I think overall, outside of a couple, like I think his deaths were really more minor in the late game. They weren't really like that, you know, like bad, to be honest. I feel like his Ginso and past that has been overall pretty solid.
Yeah, I think it was the Frankie walk that unfortunately put him back so far.
Yeah, it was like 5th try Frankie walk, and that's like that trick on just optimally done is about, I want to say, like 40 seconds or so, maybe 45, and so it takes like a really long time to develop. And so when you get it like even like 3rd or 4th try, you just like lose so much time right there, and it's like it seems simple, but and so when something like that happens, it's really hard to come back mentally from something like that.
At least he did it in the race against Sigma, where you know there wasn't much chance of beating Sigma, especially when he pulls it 2
Yeah.
So hopefully he can learn from this and get his nerves out of the way for his next race.
Yeah, definitely. I wholeheartedly agree with that. This is probably the best one he could have done it in. Fortunately, took another death to the spikes right there as he was going down. That area is a little finicky with the feather. You kind of have to learn how to like tap with the feather in order to not hit spikes properly, you know, through there. It's definitely one of those areas of Misty that when you're trying to go fast is it's really hard, because you really just want to like fall down through there as fast as possible.
Yeah.
But if you do, you'll take 3 damage because you'll misjudge the kind of the velocity of Ori as she's falling, or sorry, as it is falling. I don't want to trigger people this gender. I'm sorry.
I wonder if he's using shift key or if he has mouse buttons. I know a lot of runners prefer the mouse buttons for feather, and some people just hate shift on their pinky, myself included.
Yeah, I have a side mouse, or a side mouse button. I have like a front one for dash and a back one for feather, and it's so much nicer. Like, I can't describe how much better it is than shift and having control for dash.
Control for dash is awful.
Dude, I know there's one racer, Raziel, who has a 34, and he does jump on right mouse button. He kept control with dash, and I believe he shifts for feather still. So
he bashes with space as well.
Yeah, he bashes with space and C, which is I don't even know. I was talking to him the other day while he was streaming and doing attempts, and he was like, "Dude, I don't know why, but whenever I can't press spacebar for jump in any game I ever play." I'm like, "What games have you been playing, man? Like, what are you doing?"
It's nice mini boss from Jelluh there. Totally wipes him out.
Yeah. All right. So Jelluh's coming out of Misty right now, and he's coming up onto. He'll be going into his BRB revisit to go get Light Grenade, and I want to see if he actually goes through the Joka cycle. I didn't notice in his previous race if he actually went for it. I know it's become a lot easier after people have started to understand like what it takes to get to the Joka cycle. But I know it's still something that a lot of newer runners don't go for because it's a pretty fast movement, especially with your stomp inputs. Going through that.
Yeah, I believe the time save's only 3 seconds, I believe.
Yeah. I'm glad Jelluh just gave the he gave that top wall in the main BRB room a little bit of love. No one actually closed that wall, so he just needed a nice hug, dude. He was feeling alone.
See if he goes for. Oh, it's too good.
Oh,
no
yeah.
laser.
Yeah, he could have actually maybe gone for it, because I don't think the cycle. Well, I don't know if the Joka cycle one loads, but that one doesn't load until you actually get it on screen. Okay, so no, he didn't go for it. Looks like he wouldn't have gotten it anyway. So let's see. Okay, so he does the single, like the Baneling single charge shim strat. That's a good one. That's actually the strat when I was learning. That was the best one. Let's see if he does the dash glide. He does do the dash glide. Very nice from Jelluh. All right.
Best ability.
Definitely, dude. This is the best ability. It definitely provides the most swag. Like for sure.
One day we're going to find a glitch with this, with a light grenade that's going to break the game. That's going to means we have to get light grenade first.
Don't worry, dude. I'm on the case. It's gonna happen, man. Dude, like as a person who is like always big into like baseball and football growing up, it's like I'm playing those sports in like Ori. It's fantastic. So yeah, it looks like Jelluh opts for a oh man, holy shit, rip that slime. That was brutal, man. That slime was just like, you know, minding its own business, and he just like Jelluh just brutally just murdered him right there. That was awful. That was like point blank range too. He was maybe like 12 units or 15 units away from him.
Slime.
Yep. So Jelluh's coming up on the entrance to horror right here, and we'll see how he does with door warp. What are your thoughts for predictions for door warp attempts?
Hey, all these new runners just seem to be getting door warp first try, so I'm gonna go first try.
Alright, I'm gonna be with you.
Yeah, the race I commented yesterday, both runners got it first try. It was, it was amazing.
After both of you guys said 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go for first try. Go on, Jelluh.
Let's go, dude. Let's go. I also just love that. I love that that glide right there. It feels so swag off of
so nice.
those shooty bros. All right. Just make sure, just don't X out of the game, Jelluh. All right.
Dave's went off.
Waited. And he got it first try! Oh yes, Jelluh! The absolute madman. Oh, there we go.
These first try door warps. Why are we so bad?
Hey man, I don't know about you. I've been getting first try door warps. Except for in the race last night when I couldn't hear the audio cue at all, and I was like, gotta like 7th try.
Can we get this up?
Oh, nice. Dude, we got this, Jelluh. I believe. Is he gonna go for fish strats? Is the question. Also,
that's something. I've seen a lot of newer runners just go for it, and I'm always really surprised.
Oh, no, dude. Oh, so close. Yeah, that fire, unfortunately, the hitbox is actually larger than what you can sometimes see on screen. It's a little bit of like an invisible fire because it's like growing over the course of the that part of the escape. Actually, there's a couple areas where it's like that.
Hold the fire.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like that point in the fire actually grows slower than the part in front of it, which is kind of weird when you think about it. But yeah, there's certain hitboxes that are. It's not an actual rectangle right there. Oh, he's going for it. He's doing the fish strats. Come on, Jelluh. Oh no. Oh.
That's unfortunate.
You know what? I give him props for going for it as a new runner. That's awesome, man. That's fantastic.
Is he going to go for it again?
Oh, this is fine. Oh, come on, Jelluh.
Oh, hello, Kuro.
Yeah, get Kuro. Alright. Come on, don't let Kuro win.
You can do it, Jello.
Every time I'm just a bit spooked that fire's gonna that hitbox is gonna change as he's actually gonna die in that one section. Alright, is he gonna go? That's, no.
Oh no.
But you know what? He gave it a whirl, you know.
Yeah.
Alright. He properly skipped Kuro's trigger, so now he's just doing the bashes right here in the game, and GG
Nice,
to
Jello.
Jelluh.
It's like a 51-30 from Jello.
Yep, definitely.
Unfortunate early game. I think the Flunky Walk really, maybe have messed with him a little bit mentally.
I think so. I think he seemed like he had some jitters after that early game, a little bit. I know that he probably wasn't putting pressure on himself because he knew he was going up against Sigma, but at the same time, when a lot of those things happen in the early game, it's hard to get past that. But he stuck with it. He finished out his run, and he still was within. Yeah, he went for fish strats, and honestly, if he didn't go for fish strats, he would have been within relative proximity of his PB, which I think kind of proves, even after all of that stuff happened in the early game, with the late game that he almost still PB'd, which was really cool to see from Jelluh.
Yeah, hopefully soon we'll see Jello just get the sub 40 in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Maybe in a race. You never know. Maybe brackets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Well, he still has one more group stage match.
Yes, he does.
So
yeah.
He can still do it. Yeah. So anyway, now it looks like he is coming up right here. He got a 51-30 for him. So GG to Jelluh and GD to Sigma as well with his
ridiculous
sub 33. I don't know, man. So
being too good at the tournament, can we?
What was that? Sorry.
We can ban people for being too good at the tournament.
Yes, but okay. I think if we banned Het, he would probably just smash it with his cyborg arm, and probably he would still be able to compete.
Yeah, I think he would.
Yeah. So anyway, so now that that's done, let's take a look forward for the rest of the day. Any races next up we've got QQ Stafu against J Hobbs. We got a whole block. We have 3 more races in this block before another 2 races later on in the evening. And I don't know about you. I'll start off with what I'm excited for personally as far as races go. And then I'll hand it off to you. I'm really excited for this race coming up. And also the Fant versus Brynhold race. Those are 2 guys who have been improving a lot recently. And Bryn actually got an upset against Raziel in his first match. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I don't know if there's any that you're excited for.
Hey, I'm looking forward to Richard against Kierfeld because I know Richard's controller is broken and he's having some trouble. So this is going to be a very interesting run from Richard. Hopefully he can pull out a good time and take down Kierfeld, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, definitely. And it looks like coming up we're gonna have Ruse and Sigma in here for commentary. It looks like they're gonna be
yeah, it looks like they're ready to join. Yeah,
definitely. So let's have them join in here. Select channel. Hello, Ruse.
Hey, Trojan.
Hello, Sigma.
Sigma, congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
That was a sick run. How do you do that?
Oh man, I ate my Wheaties.
Yeah,
I think for a run like that, you have to have your Wheaties, and you need to put twice the juice in instead of milk.
Dude, it's like it was more like coffee, man, because early morning, just like twice the coffee. But yeah, so I know you guys are commenting to this race coming up. What are your guys' thoughts on the races coming up for the rest of the day? Any you're particularly excited for?
I'm really excited for the one we're about to watch, actually. Stafu and Hobbs both have very, very good times. Stafu is a little bit ahead, but it's well within the margin of race error. Both of these guys are good runners. What I want to see out of Hobbs specifically is I want him to shake off a bit of a shaky run yesterday and show us his full potential and get us a really, really close race here.
And the meatball strats and Misty. I want to see them.
Absolutely.
God, I hope he doesn't do that. That freaks me out, but I know he's going.
Along with the meteor kick of that Frankie, coming
Dude,
down
that
for the
Frankie meteor kick is like, saves nothing. And you can
But it
safety
looks
save.
so
you can use the
cool.
energy on a safety save, Hobbs. But you got a meteor kick. It does look cool. That's true.
Yeah. What about you, Sigma? Any races you're excited for today?
Well, I'll just mirror Bruce's answer. It's definitely this one because there's only a couple of races left in the tournament that are really fights for the first and second seed within a group.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of them. Vuligen versus Jiminy tomorrow is another one of them. So I'm really excited for both of those. You may notice them commentating both of those because I really wanted to jump on them. But yeah, those two matches are going to be spectacular. There's probably I want to see Meldon versus Monkley as well, because that's just going to be a close match, I think. Or it could be a close match. It could be like hugely unpredictable. I don't know what to expect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, cool. Well, we'll hand it off to you guys. Yeah, Tara, thank you very much for commentating with me. It was a bunch of fun, dude.
Yeah, awesome commentating with you.